Let's start off with today's objectives, guys, and welcome back to class. So today, you are going to understand the importance of structure in a poem. You're also going to understand that revision is an important aspect of writing and use criteria to further develop their found materials poem. You will also be able to perform fluid reading and enhance your found materials poem. So let's get started with our goals. The first thing that I want you guys to do is I want you to start giving me a fact. Write any type of facts that you know about in the chat. For example, today it's 98 degrees Fahrenheit. Miss Ward drives a black Lexus. I was born on January 30th. These are all facts. Jot down as many facts as you can possibly come up with and drop them inside of the chat or discussion board. Once you've done that, let's take a look at our focusing and content question for this lesson. How does form shape a story's meaning? This is going to be our focusing question. And our content framing question in our reveal stage says, what does a deeper exploration of poetic form reveal in the crossover? Look at annotations from your homework about poetic form. What repeated structural choices did you notice in the fourth quarter of the crossover? What do these choices reveal about Josh's experiences? In the Flipgrid, there's going to be a link inside of Schoology. I want you guys to read second person on pages 114 and 115 aloud. I want you to be able to demonstrate fluency of reading skills, reading it appropriately with pace, tone, and expression and emotion, and paying attention to the words and punctuation. Guys, this is just reading out loud. You don't have to show your face, and others will not see it. This is second person on page 114 through 115. So now I want us to look at our found materials poem that we've written in our last lesson. And I want us to select some places where we can add imagery and maybe descriptive and sensory language. I want you to choose a detail on which you can elaborate with more vivid imagery. Where can you add precise or stronger adjectives? Where can you replace passive verbs and active verbs? And where can you add more vivid verbs or concrete nouns? And where can you create a metaphor or a simile by comparing an abstract idea to a concrete noun? This is how we're going to revise and improve our found materials poem. Remember, when we are looking inside of our text or inside of our poem, we're looking to have effective, descriptive, sensory language. So we want to make sure that it creates a vivid mood or image, that it captures the action of a moment or an event that's taking place, and that it provides details that the readers could imagine a person, place, thing, or action, or even an event or emotion or experience. You want your reader to be able to gain a deeper understanding of the identity and the experiences and the relationships of one or more of the characters. And you want to help readers gain a deeper understanding of the theme or the conflict. You also want to share how the characters feel and what their attitude and their point of view is on certain subjects. And make sure it's engaging and help increase the impact of important moment, revelation, or statement. So at this time, I would like for you guys to work on revising your found materials poem, independently adding and improving, and adding examples of descriptive and sensory language to create a better product. Now, let's look at something else. All right, guys, so let's continue our learning. Now we're going to go into compare and contrast the structure and meaning. I want you guys to look at the fact and figurative language that you came up with from the beginning activity. Remember, that's when I asked you guys to come up with these facts here. And I told you to add them into the discussion board. Well, that's what we're going to work off going forward for right now. Here I have two articles. We have Gators fall in quarterfinals and the last shot. Before you guys begin these two, I want you to look at the acronym NIT. It stands for National Invitation Tournament, and it is a men's college basketball tournament operated by the National Collegiate Athletic Association, or the NCAA. I also want you guys to look at the word seed. It is a verb that means the way sports teams are ordered or positioned in a contest where many teams participate. As you read these, you will encounter these two words, and I want you guys to be aware of what it is that they mean. Once you have read those, there will be these series of discussion questions inside of Schoology. Think deep when answering these questions and provide as many examples as you have. How does the poem make references to basketball shots? How does the article make references to basketball shots again? Look, I have it typed twice. Let me delete that. How would you compare the references to basketball shots in the two texts? What is the effect of numbering in the last shot? And how would you describe the form and language of this article? What information does Gators fall in quarterfinals provide about the basketball games? I then want you to create a 3-2-1 quick write inside of your response journals. How does each form shape the story that each text tells? And our content framing question: how does poetic form contribute to the power of storytelling in the crossover? And in our reveal stage, what does a deeper exploration of poetic form reveal in the crossover? For our homework, we are going to continue talking about fluency and reading at noon in the gym with Dad on page 194. Also, reread pages 135 through 196 of the third quarter section of the crossover, practicing your fluency skills. For your vocabulary deep dive today you're going to complete a Frayer model for the word that was assigned to your poem. I will have these words assigned to you inside of Schoology, and you will use handout 11A Frayer model to break down and analyze these words. As a reminder, at the end of this module, you will be writing 3 poems. So I want us to make sure that we are very clear on how to create poetry and using figurative and sensory and descriptive languages inside of our writing. Here is handout 11A for our Frayer model. We're going to complete the Frayer model for the word that you've chosen from the crossover. So you'll pick a word, and then you'll write the definition and the characteristics of this word, and then give some examples and non-examples, putting your word in the center. This is what you'll be doing for a word of your choosing that you've chosen out of the crossover. Please pick something that you're usually not as familiar with so that you're analyzing in depth. All right, guys, that's going to be it for today. If you have any questions, once again, please come to office hours where I can assist you, and have a wonderful day.